Ever wondered why your plants are not as vibrant or as healthy as you'd like them to be? Well, you're not alone. Many gardeners, from beginners to seasoned pros, encounter various challenges that can affect their plants' growth and well-being. Let's delve into some of these common gardening problems and why early detection is crucial for effective solutions. First on the list is pests. These unwelcome guests can range from tiny insects like aphids and caterpillars to larger critters such as squirrels and rabbits. They can cause significant damage to plants, munching on leaves, stems, and even roots. Pests can also spread diseases, further compromising the health of your garden. Speaking of diseases, they're another common issue in gardens. Fungi, bacteria, and viruses can inflict a variety of ailments on plants. Telltale signs include yellowing leaves, stunted growth, and unusual spots or discoloration. Some diseases can quickly spread across a garden if not promptly addressed, leading to widespread damage. Poor plant growth is another frequent concern. It can stem from various factors, including inadequate sunlight, poor soil quality, and incorrect watering practices. For instance, too much water can drown roots, while too little can dehydrate them. Similarly, plants need the right balance of sun and shade to thrive. Nutrient deficiencies can also stunt plant growth. Plants need a variety of nutrients, such as nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, to grow healthily. If the soil lacks these essential elements, plants may exhibit stunted growth, pale leaves, or other signs of distress. Lastly, extreme weather conditions can wreak havoc on gardens. Unusually hot or cold temperatures, excessive rain, or prolonged drought can put significant stress on plants, impacting their health and growth. Recognizing these common gardening problems early on is key. By keeping a keen eye on your garden and regularly checking for signs of trouble, you can take swift action to address issues before they escalate. Understanding these common gardening problems is the first step in ensuring a healthy and vibrant garden. So keep learning and growing, and watch your garden flourish under your care. Now that we've identified some common gardening issues, it's time to dive into the solutions. First off, let's tackle the all-important task of watering. Watering is not merely about dumping a pail of water on your plants. It's a delicate balancing act. Too little and your plants dry out, too much and you risk drowning them. The best time to water is early morning or late evening when the sun's rays are not as intense. It's best to water deeply and infrequently, as opposed to little and often. This encourages the roots to grow deeper, making the plants more drought-resistant. Next up, those pesky pests. They can wreak havoc on your precious greenery, but don't worry, there are various ways to combat them. The first line of defense is to keep your garden clean and free of debris. This removes potential breeding grounds for pests. You can also introduce beneficial insects like ladybugs and lacewings that prey on harmful pests. If all else fails, there are organic and non-organic pesticides available. Just remember, the goal is not to eliminate all insects, but to maintain a balanced ecosystem. Finally, let's talk about sunlight. Plants need sunlight to photosynthesize, that's how they make their food. But not all plants require the same amount of sunlight. Some thrive in full sun while others prefer shade. It's important to know the sunlight requirements of your specific plants. A good rule of thumb is that most edible plants like vegetables and herbs need at least 6 hours of sunlight a day. On the other hand, many flowering plants like begonias and impatiens do well in shade. So there you have it. 3 simple steps to addressing common gardening issues: watering properly, dealing with pests in a balanced way, and ensuring your plants get the right amount of sunlight. It may seem like a lot to remember, but with practice, it becomes second nature. Remember, consistency is key in maintaining a healthy garden. And so, as you venture into your garden, remember to take it one step at a time, and before you know it, you'll be reaping the rewards of your hard work. A healthy, vibrant garden awaits you. Ready to take your gardening skills to the next level? Fantastic! Let's dive into some advanced techniques that can truly transform your garden. First up, composting. This is a natural process that turns organic material like kitchen scraps and fallen leaves into a nutrient-rich soil conditioner. It's like making a gourmet meal for your plants. By adding compost to your garden, you're providing your plants with an all-inclusive buffet of nutrients they need to grow strong and healthy. Plus, composting is a great way to reduce waste and contribute to a more sustainable lifestyle. Next, let's talk about crop rotation. This is a method used by farmers and gardeners to maintain soil fertility and help prevent plant diseases and pests. The concept is simple. Don't plant the same crop in the same spot year after year. Instead, rotate your crops in a systematic way. For example, if you planted tomatoes in a particular spot this year, consider planting beans there next year. This helps to balance the nutrients in the soil and disrupts the life cycle of pests and diseases. Lastly, we have pruning. This technique involves selectively removing plant parts such as branches, buds, or roots. It might seem harsh, but pruning actually promotes healthy growth and flowering. It's like giving your plants a little haircut to help them look and perform their best. Depending on the type of plant, the best time to prune can be at the end of winter or start of spring, when the plant is dormant and has less leaves to lose. These advanced techniques may seem daunting, but remember, gardening is a journey of learning and discovery. Each of these methods provides its own unique benefits to your garden, from boosting plant health and productivity, to improving soil fertility, to preventing plant diseases. It's all about taking small steps and experimenting to see what works best for your garden. Advanced gardening techniques may require more effort, but the results are well worth it. Every gardener knows that having the right tools can make all the difference. Whether you're a seasoned green thumb or just starting out in the world of horticulture, there are certain gardening tools and equipment that are absolutely essential. First up, a good pair of gardening gloves. These are your first line of defense against dirt, thorns, and any creepy crawlies that may be hiding in your garden. Look for gloves that are both durable and comfortable, with a snug fit to maintain dexterity. Next, a trusty garden trowel. This versatile tool is perfect for digging holes, moving small plants, and even weeding. A trowel with a comfortable grip and a rust-resistant blade will serve you well for many seasons to come. A quality garden fork is another must-have. This tool is great for turning soil, breaking up clumps, and aerating your garden beds. Opt for a fork with strong, sharp prongs and a sturdy handle. For larger tasks, a garden spade is essential. This tool is perfect for digging larger holes, edging beds, and shifting compost or mulch. Look for a spade with a sturdy stainless steel blade and a comfortable long handle. And let's not forget a good pair of pruners. These are vital for keeping your plants healthy and tidy. Choose pruners that are sharp, easy to clean, and comfortable to hold. Finally, a watering can or hose with an adjustable nozzle is necessary to keep your plants hydrated. The adjustable nozzle allows you to control the water flow, ensuring that your plants get just the right amount of water. Now, once you've gathered your tools, don't forget to take care of them. Clean them regularly to prevent rust and store them in a dry place to prolong their lifespan. Remember, gardening is a labor of love. And just like any job, having the right tools can make the work not only easier, but also more enjoyable. Investing in quality gardening tools will not only make your tasks easier, but also ensure the longevity of your plants. So, we've covered quite a bit today, haven't we? Indeed, we have been on a fascinating journey, exploring the rich and vibrant world of gardening. We've delved into the common challenges that gardeners face, discussed the steps to nurturing a healthy garden, advanced our knowledge with some sophisticated techniques, and finally, armed ourselves with the essential tools and equipment. Let's take a moment to revisit these key points. We kicked off our discussion by identifying the common gardening problems. We learned that pests, diseases, and unfavorable weather conditions are some of the frequent challenges that every gardener encounters. However, we also discovered that these issues can be effectively managed with the right knowledge and approach. Next, we took a step-by-step tour to a healthy garden. We emphasized the importance of understanding your garden's needs, from the quality of soil to the amount of sunlight and water required. We also highlighted the significance of regular maintenance practices such as weeding, pruning, and mulching to ensure that your garden stays in top shape. We then advanced to some sophisticated gardening techniques. We explored methods like companion planting, crop rotation, and vertical gardening. These techniques not only enhance the productivity of your garden, but also contribute to its aesthetic appeal. Lastly, we discussed the indispensable tools and equipment that make gardening a breeze. We talked about the basic tools like spades, rakes, and pruners, as well as the advanced equipment like lawnmowers and sprinkler systems. We emphasized that having the right tools is as important as having the right knowledge when it comes to gardening. In conclusion, we've learned that gardening is both a science and an art. It requires a blend of knowledge, skill, and passion. We've covered a lot of ground today, but remember, the journey of gardening is a continuous one. There's always more to learn, more to grow, and more to enjoy. With these tips and techniques, you're well on your way to creating and maintaining a thriving garden. Happy gardening!